It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And tonight, we get to see Dwight Howard suit up, cape and all.
Superman
is in the building. A somewhat polarizing figure at times. Shaq, in your mind, is he a future Hall of Famer?
8-time All-Star, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. Close call. He may get it. I don't know.
Very non-committal.
But you know why? You know why? Because the first half of his career was dominant.
Oh, yeah. And you said no doubt.
No doubt this guy is going to change the game. And then all of a sudden, halfway through his career, he changed his game and hasn't really improved as much as we might have thought. So I agree with Shaq. A lot of hefty numbers in his first 8 years.
That'll be a close call. Again, how do you see it, Shaq? That'll do it. Both teams ready for tip. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
The Pacers look to take charge, and we're going to bring it to you here from Indianapolis, Indiana. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and 2 Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. The Washington Wizards come into this one after their win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
I tell you what, how efficient they were at scoring the basketball, especially for an away game, that was impressive.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever easy playing on the road, obviously. But that night, they were really in rhythm, shot the ball with such ease and confidence.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says, we talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, DA. Thank you. Well, we're right around the halfway point of the season, Doris. This is often when we see the better teams really begin to shift gears and surge ahead.
Yeah, we certainly have a better feel for who the contenders might be. We still have a long way to go, obviously, and teams will have some lulls and then some high points, and you've got to be able to weather all of those things. But the reality is we have a greater understanding of who has the necessary offensive and defensive components to compete at a championship level.
And now Washington starting group. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. Portis is out there with Jabari Parker. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. Here's Turner, and it's Turner finishing it off.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall, and Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
Now here's Beal, down low, Parker. Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Wall against Collison. Kicks it to Young. Back to Collison. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, we all know that Darren Collison can shoot the basketball, but he's so adept at getting inside and taking advantage.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Wall passes to Beal. Now Ariza. Guarded by Oladipo. Offline with his 3. And for the Pacers, they come in off a great outing against Sacramento. Bogdanovich finds Young over Parker, and there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, how about the court awareness from Bogdanovich, showing off his ability to find the open man, Kev?
Here's Washington now. 4-point game. Wall passes to Ariza. And so just over a minute and a half played. Here's Portis. That one doesn't go. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
The Wizards have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Beal kicks to Ariza. Outside, Wall. 6 to shoot. And Wall slams it home.
Now there's your dunk contest champion back in 2014. Wall puts a little extra on that one.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Now here's Collison. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. Poked away, and that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Wizards second.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Wizards trail by 4. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Good. Wall's got his second basket of the game.
Slashing into the lane, the speed and the grace of John Wall.
Collison with it. He's picked up by Wall. Outside Collison. Shot from free throw range. And the basket good. A bank shot that time.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And it's Wall with the ball for Washington. Trailing by 4. Ariza outside. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Parker finds Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Over Collison. Wall's shot is off. Pacers leading by 4. Bogdanovich passes to Young. And Young slams it home.
Oh my goodness, a sensational athlete. Go ahead, Thaddeus Young.
Wizards have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Ariza outside. Parker looking over the floor. Pass to Portis. Beal dishes to Parker. The rebound by Turner. Pacers have gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. And attendance numbers for the Wizards, Doris, historically not so great.
Well, there are a lot of people who believe, Kevin, Washington is a football town, and some of the numbers would back that up. Last season, the Wizards were 24th in the league in terms of percentage of seats filled.
Evans, he's checked in for Indiana. Then for the Wizards, Howard comes in for Portis, and it's Bryant in for Trevor Ariza. And here's Wall. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Parker with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
That's good from Parker. It's not often that you can land a franchise player via trade, but that's what the Pacers were able to do with Victor Oladipo.
And now the question becomes for Indiana, how do you build around Victor Oladipo, right? The front office has done a great job the last few seasons collecting talent. They continue to add shooting on the perimeter to help space the floor, and now you're starting to see some inside scoring threats develop. This is an interesting organization.
And Parker drops them both. This Pacers team can be suffocating at times on the defensive end.
Well, it starts at the point of attack because this is a group that loves to pester the ball handler. How about last year, those Pacers were second in the league in turnover percentage on defense.
Matthews, no good.
He does the hard part, gets through the defense all the way to the rim. I thought the finish would be the easy part.
And that one's good. Parker.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
Indiana leading. Evans kicks to Matthews. On the wing, Turner. A three-pointer is right on target. Turner's got 7.
I'll tell you, for a big man with his length, Miles Turner shoots it well from deep. This guy outstanding at spacing the floor.
Here's Parker. It's rebounded by Indiana. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
I think, Greg, you can't expect to win with that kind of effort. The defense was nowhere to be found, and it cost them all night long. Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
Now, here's Matthews. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That is his first foul of the game. The Pacers making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. And a switcher also for Washington. Decker's checked in for Jabari Parker. Here's Satoransky. He had 10 points in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the technical free throw is good. In the past, it has been suggested, Doris, that up-tempo teams couldn't maintain that style and then go on to win the playoffs. Is that an outdated theory and thought process?
Well, I think it is always contingent on the team, Kevin. You think back to the Lakers Showtime era, when the reality is those were up-tempo, Showtime-type teams, right? They could sustain it. But I think the fact of the matter is the teams that sustain success are the ones that can play in virtually any style. Can they play up-tempo if you allow them? Certainly. But when the game slows, particularly in the playoffs and the postseason, can you execute in the half court? Because you've got to be able to play both ways, I think, to win in the modern NBA.
On the clock. And here's Evans outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Satoransky. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Beal, the shot will not fall. So Indiana will take it the other way.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Wizards trail by 5. Here's Decker. Joseph with the rebound.
He definitely got nervous at the rim. I mean, he needs to make sure he finishes strong.
Here's Evans. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Dwight Howard. Averaging about 11 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Let's make no mistake, one of the elite talents in the NBA and operating at the highest level right now.
And he knocks down the first one. Jeff Green is checked in for Washington. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, you think about the Washington Wizards and the problems they have had on the interior defending. Last year, they gave up a ton of points in the paint, and for the past 3 years, they've been around the bottom of the league for block shots.
Now, here's Green. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Here's Beal. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And really, there's no reason why Howard can't at least be boxed out. When he comes up with these rebounds, it's night-night for the defense.
Here's Evans. 17 points for him last game against Sacramento.
Boy, and defensively, he had them off balance. He was able to come away with 4 steals.
And Doris, so much of Washington's talent lately has been on the perimeter.
Right, it begins with an all-star backcourt. You've got the ferociously fast John Wall and the sweet shooting Bradley Beal. But I think they do need to balance that with a little bit of interior play.
And he knocks down the first one.
See, here's yet another second-round pick in Kyle O'Quinn, who has proven himself to be a quality role player. This is a big man who plays with tremendous physicality.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them. Doris, something interesting about Kyle O'Quinn. He's widely considered one of the funniest players in the NBA.
And that sense of humor, I think, can unite a locker room. It's led to some crazy interactions with celebrities and spawned some great pranks. But you love to have positive energy. It makes for a very good teammate.
And that one's good. Green.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Well, this group of shooting guards has given us a little bit of something extra lately, including excellent rebounding, so you can see those numbers. Second, Victor Oladipo. Fourth, Bradley Beal.
And these are sort of your do-it-all guys. I mean, even if rebounding isn't necessarily a priority for shooting guards, it's still something that helps your team get wins.
Oh, no doubt about it. Their contributions on the glass provide their team with a huge bonus. As hard as they work on the glass, it makes things a lot easier for their teammates in the post. Lessens the load a little bit on those interior guys.
Wizards trail by 5. Here's Green. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Joseph finds O'Quinn. Oh, and a fast break for the Wizards. Green leading the charge, and the rejection by Evans. Joseph, the pass to O'Quinn, and no good that time. Excellent D from Howard. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Evans.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Green. 9th in free throw percentage. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And yeah, he's a true professional at the free throw line. It's a part of the game where he excels. You want him at the line for you in crunch time. Now here's Green. There's the pass to Satoransky. He kicks to Beal. Now here's Decker. He's covered by Matthews. 17-foot shot on the way.
That is just perfect defense from Wes Matthews, swarming his man, making his life difficult.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And just an impossible shot to guard at times. Doris, when you think of that step-back jump shot in the league, it's lethal. And there are a couple guys who have perfected it.
Well, 2 in particular. James Harden, that step-back that he added is now unguardable. And Steph Curry as well. Those 2 men, when they decide to get to that step-back jumper, turn the lights out, close the gym doors, and step back because it's going in.
Free throw good. Tyreek Evans. Well, a big strength of this Indiana team is how well they take care of their possessions.
They were right near the top of the league, Kevin, in terms of the fewest turnover committed. And this whole team, to me, seems to play with a level of calmness and good decision-making. And let's give Nate McMillan some credit for that.
John Wall's checked in for Washington.
When the Washington Wizards are healthy, you know that their game is to get out and transition. But you think back to a year ago, they lost John Wall for half of those games. So that really took its toll on their transition ability.
Now, here's Satoransky. Now the Pacers moving it up. Evans leading the charge. Unable to get that one. And the Wizards now going the other way. Pass to O'Quinn. Excellent D from Howard. And talking about the effect of Wall's absence last year, Doris, it also hurt their ability to create turnovers.
Well, the two go hand in hand, Kevin, because steals obviously lead to transition opportunities. And John Wall, of course, one of the very best in the league at turning you over and then going to the other end to get an easy one.
Bogdanovich is checked in for the Pacers. Now here's Wall. He's a solid... Oh!
The pick and roll game paying dividends. Wall with another delivery.
Pacers leading by 3. 58 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Poked away, and so it's Washington with it. And Wall kicks to Green. Now Decker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
And not a whole lot that D can do. Once Howard is in position for the dunk, he might as well start jogging back the other way.
Pacers have been excellent at the free throw line here today. A flawless 6 for 6.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Indiana making some changes. Young comes in for Sabonis. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Wesley Matthews. And Joseph drops them both.
Well, what I like about Corey Joseph is this guy will give you a little bit of everything. Perhaps most importantly, guys, you know he's going to play consistently good defense.
Now here's Wall. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Shoots it. Green breaking loose. Wall's shot is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pacers lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters, John Wall said it taught him a lot. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age, but his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
It helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
They're just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
And one thing that's important is they're making good on the chances they're given.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Indiana, Collison and Oladipo are the guard set. Bogdanovich outside at the 3 with Young down at power forward. And it's O'Quinn in at the center position. So it's the Pacers now after the basket by Washington. Now here's Collison. He's covered closely. Basket counts. And the Pacers lead by 6.
Listen, the frame is slightly smaller, but Darren Collison is unafraid of contact. I think you could say he welcomes it, guys.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
You know, when you think of Darren Collison, I think of a smart point guard. Had 2 seasons playing understudy to Chris Paul in both New Orleans and L.A. Similar type of players who are very efficient and just gets the job done.
Miles Turner, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Then for the Wizards, Portis, he's checked in for Howard. Bryant comes in for Jeff Green. And Parker subbed in for Decker. Here's Oladipo. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. And with Collison and Greg, how he plays when he's off the floor, you notice.
I mean, things just don't seem to run as smoothly when he's not at the helm. Finds that balance between creating for himself and others. Selective with his shots and truly a complete guard, even if he doesn't do a lot of those flashy things.
One shot, gentlemen.
That's good from Oladipo.
You know, Bogdanovich, a guy who has moved around a little bit the last few seasons. But you wonder, has he found a home with Indiana? This guy steps right into the wing, gives them great production from the 3.
They get it back. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Goes back up. Portis can't get it to go. Doris for Bogdanovich, perhaps the biggest help he provided was his improved defense.
Well, let's remember this about Bogdanovich. Early in his career, it kept him off the floor. And he flat decided, I want to be in the lineup when it's closing time, and made a real commitment to being better defensively.
Now Wall. Following the 3-point attempt by Miles Turner. Wall finds Portis. Over Turner. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Wizards 5th.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Collison against Ariza. Collison, the pass to Bogdanovich. From the arc. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. A 12-point game. Inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Wizards. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, the Pacers, 3 games behind.
And seeing where Washington is, they fought awfully hard this season, and they've got the results to show for it. It's been a breakout year for this group.
Yeah, no doubt. It's been a nice story, but now the real work begins, getting themselves primed for a deep push into the playoffs.
Oladipo for 3, and he's good on the 3-ball. Oladipo's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Washington calls timeout.
How about the Indiana Pacers last year? There were so many that predicted them to be a lottery candidate, and instead they end up with 48 wins, finishes the 5th seed in the East. Woo-hoo, what a year.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Thaddeus Young. His last 10 games, putting up about 10 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Bryant. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
Ariza against Oladipo. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. And Doris, the Pacers were one of last season's biggest surprises.
How about they took LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers to a Game 7 in the first round? That's the first time a team has ever taken LeBron to Game 7 in the opening round of the playoffs. Yes, they lost, but what a great learning experience for a young team.
Wizards trail by 15. Left side, Portis. Turner with the steal. Now here's Collison, the fast break opportunity. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Collison's got 4 points this quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And looking at Jabari Parker, 6'8", about 250 pounds. Greg, what's his best position?
You know, I think he has a small forward skill, but with the way the game is changing, you could see him play some power forward as well. And I think his best fit might just be at the 4 because of the mismatch he can create.
Bradley Beal's checked in for Trevor Ariza. All with it. He's got 8. Parker outside. Passes it to Beal. Just 5 to shoot. Right side, Wall. It's good from long range. Wall's got 11 points.
I think you could see early on that he was really with a rhythm and flow tonight, and now he's really starting to take off.
Collison dishes to Oladipo. Back to Collison. Second chance shot. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Wizards.
And they've been avoiding those deep threes. They're capable of knocking those shots down from long range, but so far they've really been reluctant to let it fly from that free throw line extended three-point shot.
Bogdanovich against Parker. Dishes it to Bryant. Portis kicks to Wall. Over Collison. Wall's shot is off.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Evans, he's checked in for Indiana. And a switcher also for Washington. Satoransky's checked in. Pacers leading by 14. Evans outside. Oladipo for 3. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, you've got to look at this guy's shooting as one of the main reasons they've been able to build this lead.
Wall passes to Satoransky. Back to Wall. Puts it up from 17. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Wall's got 13.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
Evans kicks to Young. Oladipo against Wall. It's stolen by Bryant. Now here's Satoransky to the middle. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That's his first foul. Some changes for Indiana. Sabonis, he's checked in for Young. Matthews comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Victor Oladipo. Wall against Evans. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Guys, think about the first time John Wall registered his first triple-double. Only 4 players in NBA history had registered it in fewer games than he did. Think about these names: Oscar Robertson, Connie Hawkins, Magic Johnson, and Hambone Williams. Incredible.
And he makes the first. And when you look at Wall, the speed, the length, the skill, Doris, this is a guy who can carry your team.
And we talk a lot about his physical attributes and how those translate to success. The blinding speed. It's the instincts to me and the competitive streak, though, guys, that makes John Wall very special.
Now, here's Joseph. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. To the paint. Here's Sabonis. A beautiful reverse layup. Sabonis has got his second bucket.
This guy's a skilled interior scorer. There's height. There's great shot selection. Sabonis doing work right now.
And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Down by 15. To the inside. Here's Parker. It's tipped. And here is Joseph. Inside, Sabonis goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Jabari Parker.
I'll tell you, terrific read from Corey Joseph. He recognizes the overcommitment of the defense and takes advantage. I don't think many knew what to expect from Domantas Sabonis after his trade to Indiana. But what they got is a very smart basketball player who's got size, feel, and skill.
Dwight Howard's checked in for Washington. Green comes in for John Wall. Free throw good. Sabonis. And for Sabonis, a big part was just getting more chances to develop.
And I think, Kevin, we see that quite often with young players. But his most impressive aspect is the court awareness he possesses. Let's remember, Domantas has Arvydas, one of the all-time great big men passers, as his dad.
From 13, and it's Evans missing, and Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Indiana making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. Sam Decker's checked in for Washington. Joseph against Satoransky. And Beal kicks to Decker. Pass to Green. And the call will be against Sabonis. That's his first foul. Now, here's Decker. He's covered by Matthews. Shot clock at 6. That's tipped. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Indiana Pacers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks. Then on Friday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And looking at the Cavs matchup, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Here's Beal, and again, Washington no good.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Here's Satoransky. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Tyreek Evans is going to pick up a foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And we've just seen them make mistakes on back-to-back trips. Both those turnovers could have been avoided.
Wizards trail by 18. Now Satoransky. Howard kicks to Satoransky. And the pass to Beal. And the wide open shot from Green. No good on the three. Indiana's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Joseph finds Evans. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
And last year, big expectations for the Washington Wizards. Yet, Doris, they couldn't get out of the first round of the playoffs.
Well, many believes, Kevin, they were too talented to finish as the 8th seed. And when you finish as the 8th seed, you play the top seed. So they lose to Toronto in the first round.
One shot.
There's still a ton of talent here, but lots left to prove.
On the free throw, no good. Wizards trail by 20. Decker with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Beal against Evans. And the drought. Beal's shot is good.
Oh, off the bounce. Beal breaks down the defense.
Indiana leading by 18. Joseph, the pass to O'Quinn on the wing. Evans. Pass to Sabonis to the paint. Here's O'Quinn, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
And Satoransky kicks to Green. Back to Satoransky. Now here's Sabonis. He has 7. O'Quinn dishes to Joseph. Back to O'Quinn. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Washington fast break. Now here's Decker. He's covered by Matthews. And here is Howard. He had 13 points in the win against Cleveland.
Yeah, Kev, he was a standout on the backboards that night and got a number of big rebounds.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Satoransky kicks to Beal.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
Bradley Beal's evolution from prospect to all-star. He's a better scorer now, Doris, but also a better playmaker.
He is, Kevin, and Bradley Beal has been willing to take on more of the load on the offensive end. So not just wondering, okay, how do I get my shots, but how to involve his teammates. And his ability to improve that handle, the ability to put the ball on the deck and balance that perimeter shooting with a dribble drive makes him lethal. Well, Bradley Beal is turning himself into one of the elite two-way players in the NBA. Go back to 2017 when he becomes the youngest player in NBA history to make 700 career three-pointers. It happens to be the same season that he was voted into his first All-Star game, and his coach believes he should be one of the best defensive players on the perimeter in the NBA. Let's watch and see.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the Pacers. Now the feed to O'Quinn. That one, no good. Excellent D from Howard. And watching Beal now, much more assertive than when he first entered the league.
You know what, Kevin? The physical tools for Bradley Beal have always been there. He's got great size at the guard position. He's a knockdown shooter. He is a quiet leader, but an effective leader. And he's learning how to be the voice of a team. There is so much to like about Bradley Beal.
That's good from Howard.
And Howard may be the most physically imposing player in the game today. His strength still sets him apart.
And Indiana making a change here. Collison's out there. Jordan McRae, he's checked in for Washington. Ball comes in for Beal. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And Dwight Howard this past offseason on the move, Greg, once again.
And Howard traded from Charlotte to Brooklyn soon after bought out by Brooklyn, making him a free agent. He's hopped from team to team over the last few years, and you wonder if he'll find a place to finish out his career.
Passes it to Sabonis, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Jeff Green picks one up.
Well, to me, the size of Sabonis creates problems for the defense. You cannot be careless in how you guard this guy.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops.
You know what? There seems to me to be an infectious energy when we're talking about Domantas Sabonis. This is a big man with a great future in the NBA.
Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Corey Joseph. And a switcher also for Washington. Parker's checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Wall against Collison. Wall finds Howard to the middle. Ariza outside. Clock at 4. That one wide left.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Collison, the pass to Quinn, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Oladipo, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And a switcher also for Washington. Portis, he's checked in for Dwight Howard. Washington's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Washington, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. That one is off.
You know, I've heard John Wall call himself the best two-way point guard in the NBA. He is a tremendous shot blocker from the position. There's a lot of competition, though, at that spot.
Good on the second free throw. There's 25 seconds left to play here in the half. Ariza against Oladipo. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Jeff Green picks one up.
Boy, that's an example of really quick feet by Victor Oladipo. He's just so good at getting into the lane to pick up these fouls.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Boy, guys, you're starting to see Victor Oladipo put it all together, aren't you? From role player early on to legit star now. Wow.
Down low, 4 seconds left, and the layup by Ariza. Ariza's got his first basket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And so it's Indiana sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had 13 points and 2 rebounds. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Their perimeter shooting has made the difference, and so many of their points are coming from long range. They've come out, spread the floor, and executed their jump shooting game. It's been a barrage from the three-point line. Guys always finding the open shot. If they can stay hot from three-point land in the second half, this game is over.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
Yeah, the first half, what a thing of beauty. He was just living in the lane.
How special is it, Greg, to watch a guy who's able to get into the paint with speed and consistency? They cannot let him get inside like that.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Second half is underway, and here's who Scott Brooks has got on the floor. All at point with Beal to his side. They're the deadly backcourt pair. Parker out there with Trevor Ariza, and it's Portis in at the center filling out the middle. Count that one.
That's something he can do all night, gentlemen. Beal is deadly spotting up.
Pacers leading by 19 points. Collison kicks to Oladipo. Oh, Turner in position. Turner's gone 4 for 5 from the floor tonight. Just one miss. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's foul number 2 for him. And so the ball out of bounds. Collison touched it last.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Miles Turner. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense, Greg, that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Just 3 to shoot. Stolen by Collison. And Oladipo kicks to Young. Outside Collison. Back to Bogdanovich. Over Ariza. Good D by Ariza.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
And what a tremendous career for Trevor Ariza, the former 43rd pick all the way back in 2004.
Knocked loose. It's Oladipo on the wing. Rebound, Washington. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Nice hit again. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for John Wall. 2nd in steals, and he's in the top 5 in assists per game as well. He sees the floor and makes the game easier for his teammates.
And back to your point, number 2 in steals. He's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from him. That's good from Parker. That one is no good. And for Turner on the offensive end, it is all about consistency with his shot.
Right, Kevin, because with his length and athleticism, Miles Turner has proven he can be a factor on the defensive end. To me, it's about, with that face-up ability, can they count on him night after night?
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him. And he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
That free throw good from Oladipo. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism,
has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. And let's go to our leaderboard. Instant offense is the specialty of these guys. The highest scoring shooting guards of the past month. Fourth, Bradley Beal.
And this is the cream of the crop at the 2-guard spot. I mean, strictly in terms of their scoring ability and the ease with which they can overwhelm would-be defenders.
You know, and that's why it often requires more than one man to defend against any of them. These players draw more double teams than any group in the league, and they still are able to put up points at a devastating rate.
Now Oladipo. Bradley Beal missing from long range. Oladipo misses. Wizards trail by 21. Beal with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Outside Beal. Outside Portis. Kicks to Ariza. 5 to shoot. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. There's Beal with the 3. But they'll get another chance. Marker finds Beal. Here's Portis. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
Listen, this guy's got the green light at any time, but Beal with the nice look to set up the open shot.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And the league last season, Doris, looking to tighten up on the traveling calls. You think that's a move in a positive direction, and it's had a good effect?
Well, Kevin, I'm sure you agree with this. We want to see if there's a traveling violation, it should be called.
Yes.
We have given the offensive players enough advantages, and by that I mean we've made it less physical on the perimeter. You know, we've allowed for freedom of movement, and so I think anytime you learn from a kid, listen, if you pick up that pivot foot, it's a travel. In the past, I thought a lot were missed. What's your take on it, Kev?
I like what you said, and even more for the younger kids who are learning the game, they got to play the right way. It's got to be called.
That's right.
And for the most part, when Bogdanovich is out on the floor, he's there to do one thing, shoot.
And I tell you what, when you can shoot like that, that's all you need to do. Great catch and shoot player who can stretch the defense. You cannot leave him alone. And really, his presence frees up so much for his teammates on the floor.
Now, here is Young. Outside Bogdanovich. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. Wizards trail by 20. Beal dishes the Wall. Right side, Portis. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Next up on the docket, the Bucks following this one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Here's Turner. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
You can see how comfortable Miles Turner is on the interior. He knows he has the size and length to dominate.
Tyreke Evans is checked in for the Pacers. That's good from Turner. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
Wizards making a switch here. Satoransky's checked in. Here's Wall. 16 points for him. There's Beal with the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Beal's got 10 points in the game.
Boy, a dead eye like Beal, you better close out and force him to put it on the deck.
Oladipo, the pass to Turner. And Young kicks to Turner. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. He's got 14. Wizards trail by 20. Now Wall. And it's Bryant in the corner. Back to Wall. Wall draws the double. Shot clock at 5. Top of the key, Beal. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. Wall's got 5 assists tonight.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Now here's Evans. 9 points in the game so far. Oladipo finds Turner. It's stolen by Wall. Satoransky with it. Oh, Beal in position.
There is a reason John Wall's name is always at the top of the leaderboard in assists in the NBA. Understanding how to dissect a defense.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Here's Young. No good off the front iron. Wizards trail by 16. Here's Wall. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Greg, last season there were some signs that maybe some of his teammates didn't like playing with John Wall. Why would they say that?
You know, Wall sits almost every season in the top 3 in assists. Not a stat you associate with selfishness. Sometimes it's really about personality.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And some changes here for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. Sabonis comes in for Bogdanovich. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Victor Oladipo. And then for Washington, Howard's checked in for Bobby Portis. And Parker subbed in for Satoransky. He hits both from the stripe. Timeout called the Pacers.
And Kevin, he saw his guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout like this allows you to kind of just reset.
Now let's take a quick look at the numbers for Parker. He's averaging 14 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Matthews. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Wizards trail by 14. Here's Parker. That one doesn't go. Good defensive work there by Young. Evans against Wall. Now here's Evans. He's got 9. Pass to Sabonis. 5 to shoot. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
I'll tell you, Domantas Sabonis has got some big-time athleticism. That's a pretty dunk.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Washington. It's Beal on the wing. Oh, and the dunk by Howard.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Here is Matthews following the bucket by the Wizards. He feeds it to O'Quinn. That one drops for him. O'Quinn's got his second basket of the night.
See, Kyle O'Quinn to me gets better every year. How about the development of that interior game? Nice.
It's Beal on the wing. Howard in the post. O'Quinn defending. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. This will be his 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Jeff Green, he's checked in for Washington.
One shot.
Pacers leading by 13. Evans passes to Sabonis. Young, right side. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Jeff Green picks one up. Hard to think that Thaddeus Young has been in the league since 2007. But Doris, he still puts up numbers.
Well, he does, Kevin, and that's because he runs the floor hard. He's dangerous in transition. He's going to score. He's going to rebound, and teammates love him.
That free throw, no good. And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Good on the second free throw.
You hear this consistently about Thaddeus Young. He's going to do whatever you ask of him. He'll start, he'll come off the bench, but he is going to impact the game.
Beal can't get it to go. Pacers leading by 14. Well, Quinn dishes to Matthews. Young taking his time here. Lock at 6. Parker with the steal. And here we go. Washington fast break. Parker leading the charge. And it's slammed in by Howard.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Now here's Evans. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Matthews. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Matthews has got his second basket.
The defense surrounding Matthews, he doesn't care, just looks so comfortable inside.
Wizards trail by 14. And Wall kicks to Green. It's Beal on the wing. Shoots over Matthews. Beal can't get it to go.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
What a great job contesting without fouling. Exactly how you want to defend the mid-range shot.
And it's Green with the jam.
And Green getting off the floor there for the dunk. Really like watching him sky up for those.
Evans passes to Sabonis. Back to Evans. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on John Wall.
2 shots, gentlemen. 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Indiana making some changes. Leaf checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Collison in for Young. And a switcher also for Washington. Ariza's checked in. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Wizards trail by 13. Fast break. Here we go. Good. And it's Green picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Ariza.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Evans against Ariza. And that's Evans penetrating. That's a 2 from Matthews. Here's Leaf. A second chance effort. Great D that time from Green. Washington's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. A floater. Wall wide open. Another one falls for Washington.
Well, John Wall's been cooking all night long. Go to work, sir.
And so Collison will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Outside Matthews. Over Parker. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got 8 rebounds in this game. To the middle. It's deflected. Pulls up on the wing. That's in. And the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Wall.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Now here's Evans. He's got 10 to the inside. Here's Leaf. And that one good. Leaf's got his first points of the game. Wizards trail by 9. 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Out to Parker. Tries a 3. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got assist number 7 for him tonight. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Collison with it. He's picked up by Wall.
It is such a treat to have a point guard like Collison. He is so effective orchestrating this offense.
32 seconds left in the third quarter. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. And that one falls for John Wall. And some changes here for the Pacers. Turner's checked in for Leaf. Bogdanovich comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Oladipo in for Evans. And so John Wall nails both of them.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And stolen by Howard. They push it up 4 on 3. Ariza no up. Oladipo outside. Here's Bogdanovich. Off target from 3-point range. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Pacers out in front, up by 6. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, Jay, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Filling out the wings, it's Oladipo and Bogdanovich. Sabonis and Turner inside. And it's Collison in at the point. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Wall after Darren Collison's miss. Parker outside. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Oladipo taking his time here. Here's Sabonis. Rebound by the Wizards. Howard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Here's Green, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And the length of Green is a real
issue for the D. His arms just go forever, which often results in a lot of shooting fouls for him.
Free throw good, Green.
And the former Hoya Green, a ranging forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Portis, he's checked in for Dwight Howard. And Jeff Green drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And they've been very loose with the ball here. They haven't been as patient, forcing things a bit, which has led to turnovers. They need to just slow down and relax.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, I was able to hear Nate McMillan talk to his team during the break. He was very adamant in the huddle. He said, don't let up now. Stay aggressive and do the things that have gotten us this far. We're almost there, guys.
Thanks, David.
See, Darren Collison has become such a legitimate threat from three that you have got to be excellent on your closeouts.
From deep, Wall. Offensive rebound. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. They'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, they have that date circled. They love to compete, and they feel they can play very well against that group if they can execute.
The first one falls. And Jeff Green drops them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Collison. Here's Oladipo. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Parker against Bogdanovich. And Green slams it in.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. It's good.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's that's good. And so Wall with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Bobby Portis. Collison against Wall. And the pass to Turner. Rebounded by the Wizards. Green's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Parker with a clean look. The shot, no good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. And it's Turner off the drive. Shoots over Portis. Turner finds Bogdanovich. And he banks in the layup. And the Pacers lead by 7.
You can see Turner evolving as a passer. He wants to set his teammates up. That's a pretty look.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
They've got to be willing to step up. And when it's this close, you just can't let them get easy buckets. Make them feel you a bit.
Now, here's Oladipo. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Ryan is checked in for Washington. Bradley Beal comes in for Jabari Parker. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Wizards trail by 5. And Wall kicks to Ariza. There's the dish to Bryant. Back to Ariza. Pass to Bryant. Just 5 to shoot. There's Beal with the 3. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Sabonis against Bryant. Sabonis, the pass to Collison. He kicks to Oladipo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Wow, what an incredible homecoming for Victor Oladipo in Indiana. This guy put up career year numbers and went from being a piece of a team to somebody you can actually build around.
That one is off. And Oladipo, the former 2nd overall pick, felt right at home in Indiana.
And sometimes you wonder, Kevin, how much of the early struggles were him or the situation or the fit. Across the board, though, Victor Oladipo showed how impactful he can be in the NBA.
The Pacers making a change here. Young's checked in. Now here's Ariza. Bryant looking over the floor. He dishes it to Beal. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. And that's 19 points for Beal.
What I love about Bradley Beal is he is an effective, efficient scorer. He always takes quality shots.
Down low. Here's Turner. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Pacers lead by 3. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for the Washington Wizards. Ariza outside. Dishes to Bryant. Bogdanovich against Ariza. Shot clock at 6. Over in the corner, Portis. No good. That would have tied it.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
To the paint, Young. Bryant with the rebound. Bryant's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's taken away by Collison. And it's Bogdanovich off the drive. Young on the follow. And now a 5-point Indiana lead.
Listen, we know this about Thaddeus Young. He has very long arms. He's a nuisance on the glass. Big-time energy guy.
All against Collison. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Pacers leading by 3. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Oladipo dishes to Turner. Back to Oladipo. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Bryant against Bogdanovich. 5 on the clock. Indiana needs to get a shot off. It's stolen by Bryant.
Well, getting in the lane and making your presence known is crucial part of the defense for these guys.
Nice shot by Portis.
Boy, in the second half, just hitting a much higher percentage of his shots. Really looks composed now.
Pacers have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the 4th quarter. Passes it to Oladipo. And stolen by Portis. And now Beal pushing it up and no one back to stop him. And finished off by Beal.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
The Wizards with the lead. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They came out with a mission, and they have been tough to stop.
Portis finds Wall. And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That will be foul number 5 on him. Beal, the pass to Ariza. Back to Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing, and that one goes long.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Yeah, that's a surprising miss, Greg. I have a feeling if they get that shot again, they'll knock it down next time.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Washington calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Myles Turner.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And Washington making a change here. Parker's checked in for Washington. They've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. And there's Bradley Beal on the assist by Wall. And that's 23 points for Bradley Beal.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Collison kicks to Turner, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Bobby Portis.
Well, this to me is where Turner has mastered that pump fake, right? The defense can't jump at that. You've got to stay down and stay disciplined.
The first one falls.
Well, the athleticism that Myles Turner brings to the center spot is quite remarkable. This guy, an exceptional player on both sides of the floor.
Both free throws good from Turner. Here's Wall. Outside Beal from downtown, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. Beal's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Wizards. And here's Collison, who will bring it up for Indiana. A 2-point game. To the middle, and stolen by Portis. Here's Parker. It counts, and the foul. It's on Thaddeus Young.
Boy, what a drastic change, going from so sound defensively in the first half to not close to that in the second.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Indiana. Collison kicks to Turner. Back to Collison. It's Oladipo on the wing. Outside, Bogdanovich takes the three. Wall with some nice defense.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
And Trevor Ariza, such a steady veteran.
I mean, just long, a versatile defender, can also knock down the triple. When you look at how far he's come since he entered the league as really just a raw athlete, it's a credit to his work ethic, no doubt about it. He has mastered his role.
Now here's Turner. Beal on the double team, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Bradley Beal picks one up.
Right, this is the size of Myles Turner because he's so skilled at using it to pick up these fouls.
The first free throw is good.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And here's Wall. Ariza outside. Pass to Beal. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Pacers trail by 6. Here's Collison. Up top, Oladipo. And Bogdanovich kicks to Sabonis. Fires for 3. And it's Bradley Beal with the rebound.
As off as he's been this quarter, it's not helping them to trim the deficit.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Oh, Kevin, how about the reach of Miles Turner? He covers so much ground to come up with these blocks.
On the inbound, and Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Ariza. Ariza's got 4 assists now tonight. For Indiana, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Sabonis, excellent D there from Parker.
Boy, I didn't think he had a chance of stopping that lay-in. What a gutsy defensive play.
And they had some boxed coverage that turned into no coverage.
Now here's Turner. Here's Oladipo. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Portis. Inside. Here's Beal. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Wizards lead.
Every season you see Bradley Beal add an element to his game. This guy is a tenacious, versatile scorer.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
Wall's shot is good.
This is an important aspect of John Wall's overall skill set. That ability to be effective in the mid-range, important.
Oladipo finds Bogdanovich. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. And 12 points for Bojan Bogdanovich.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got 2 teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I like the mentality by Beal. Takes it inside, mixes it up a little bit. Nice.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shot.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8.
How about all 4 of Bradley Beal's brothers chose to play college football? The outlier and the wiser choosing round ball.
And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. We've got 1:23 left in the game. Collison inside, covered by Wall. Oladipo for 3, but they get it back. That one's good, and the Wizards' lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Sabonis.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I'll tell you, if you don't box out well, expect to get burned. You can't afford to give them second chance opportunities.
Now here's Ariza. Wall looking for an opening. 5 to shoot. There's Parker with the 3. That shot is off. So the Pacers will take it the other way. The pass to Collison. And stolen by Portis. Beal the pass to Parker. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 9. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
And guys, the only noise we're hearing now is coming from the visitors' bench.
Now, here's Oladipo. Pass to Sabonis over Parker. Good D by Parker. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2. First free throw is good, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And both free throws good for Beal.
Well, that's going to do it. The only chance they had was for him to miss those. Instead, he's absolutely perfect.
Timeout called the Pacers. They trail by 11. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. .20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And here's Joseph for three. Washington with the rebound. Now Satoransky passes it to Ariza. Decker with it. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. John, this team goes as you and Bradley go. What is it like having him with you out there?
Well, we just enjoy playing with each other. He makes things easy for me, pushing the ball in the fast breaks and having the opportunity to find him, and also getting open shots for myself. And he's helped me want to be consistent with my jump shot and making shots and trusting my energy and stuff.
You guys are growing together, John. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.